I found it interesting to hear them talk about health in many different ways. So health from organics to the types of meats, the locations of the purchase, as well as where the product is produced, and wanting to, local not being Canada, local not being Ontario, but local being a farm, and the farmers market was certainly intriguing.
We've been in our new house for 2 months, so it's been a little bit of a figuring out what our favorite new grocery store is, and it's Fortino's. This has penne fresco, I think it's called, and there's really good quality breads, and so I get the good breads. I can get organic meat, locally sourced meat, all that stuff. They have a really large organic section. They have organic bulk. They really have everything that I had in Toronto at this one grocery store. The one thing they don't have is clothing. So
you have to go out of your way a little bit for that.
So for me, it has everything I need with the basic grocery, go-tos, plus the organic and the locally sourced stuff. What's really important to me is where's my food coming from. So just an apple that comes from Canada doesn't give me as much information. Is it from Ontario? Or is it from Manitoba? Or is it from BC? So that's one thing that I find. When I go to a farmer's market, I know exactly where it came from. So that's one thing that I'd really like to see more of. Kale and quinoa are really big. They had like a little section that was, okay, use your kale in this way and pick up all the ingredients. They had, what are those little things in the aisles? Like a kiosk in the middle of the grocery store that had everything to make this one meal and recipe cards there.
I'm probably slightly more price sensitive, but not to the point where I would go to like a Price Chopper, whatever the cheaper stores are, because I find the produce and stuff there is just not up to the standard that I would want. But I don't think that I'm necessarily looking for the most expensive organic products all the time.
I'm slowly educating myself in like a healthy lifestyle focus, so you will find me in a store with my smartphone out comparing brands and hoping the cheaper one is the one I should get. But if someone is recommending the more expensive one, I will probably buy that one, so it's not too much of a factor to me. A few of my friends are gluten-free, and when we go to restaurants or when they come over and I'm entertaining, I have to purchase gluten-free stuff, and I've actually gotten used to it, and I find that it makes me feel better after I eat a whole plate of pasta when it's gluten-free. So I'm semi there, I guess, on the health conscious side. I won't go to like a fast food chain if I didn't bring lunch with me. I will go to there's a naturopathic clinic that has food, or I'll go to the mall, and I'll be aware of what I'm ordering, more so because I don't want to, at the end of my day, feel just overloaded on the amount of stuff that I ate. So I'm not super health conscious on the things that I choose, but I'm pretty aware of the ingredients, the labels. I do read them. If a label just from the beginning looks overcomplicated or there's way too much on it, I won't even touch it. I'll look at the amount of anything that ends with "ide." I'm kind of like, if there's a lot of those, I probably won't buy it.
I definitely check the nutritional value section of the label most frequently. I don't always look at the ingredients, which is probably not necessarily the best way to do it. But yeah, like Michelle said, I look for sodium, fat, those types of things that are on the label, and because it's standardized across all foods, I think it is very easy that way. But there's probably tons of weird foods that you've never heard of before that are in the ingredients, but I don't always look there.
There's a lot of words that I don't know how to pronounce.
Yes.
And I don't know what they mean. They could be totally harmless. But because you don't really know how to pronounce it, they make me wary.
If there was an easy system that allowed
Yes.
you guys to be able to decode labels and
Yes.
actually understand very quickly what the true ingredients were in something and how that related in portions, do you guys think you'd be interested in using in the grocery store?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I find that with a lot of my friends, everyone has so many dietary restrictions, whether they're dairy-free or gluten-free, etc., or vegetarian, so I have to prepare 3 different meals. So it's nice when I've done a gluten-free pasta without telling anyone it's gluten-free other than the one individual that was gluten-free, and nobody noticed. Mm-hmm. So there are, I think, when you actually start looking into ones, you'll find ones that don't taste much different.
Bread has become almost an indulgence, something that I look forward to and I want it to be good. So I don't buy the Dempster's sliced whole wheat bread anymore. I go and I buy the really nice bakery bread, and I make sure we have a good sandwich or a good grilled cheese or whatever we do with it, so that when on my other meals, I'm trying to cut that. And really the reason is just all the research that's out there that gluten is not good for your body.
I found it interesting to hear them talk about health in many different ways. So health from organics to the types of meats, the locations of the purchase, as well as where the product is produced, and wanting to, local not being Canada, local not being Ontario, but local being a farm, and the farmers market was certainly intriguing.